Alrighty guys, welcome to your 15th GML beginners tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to make a main menu where we can start a new game, load the game, and even exit the game, and that'll be the first screen that comes up for our players to choose like what they want to do, so they can just load their game right where they left off or whatever else that you want to do. And let's go ahead and delete the con/test. We don't need that anymore. This was from our last video. Delete that, and let's make a sprite. And here's something I want you to do real fast. Go ahead and delete this sprite. Go to right click on your sprites folder and click create group and name it buttons. And this is just going to make a folder inside your sprites folder. And now right click on buttons and click create sprite, and all it's going to do is make a sprite in that folder, so it's just easier to organize everything. And you can just have all your buttons in this folder. That way when you open up your sprites, you won't have a long list of sprites. Because what do you do when you have like 500 sprites in your game? You will want to separate them in folders. So we're going to name the sprite spr/btn/new game. So what this all stands for, and again, it doesn't matter what you name it, but this is just to help to keep it organized, is it's the sprite/btn button/new game. So let's make the button file new. Let's make it like 100 by 32. It's good. Okay, I click new, and the width was 100, and then height is 32 if you're following along. Let's open this up, scroll in, and let's just make a square here. Right there. And then something cool is you can go to image and click buttonize, and this will make sweet little buttons for you. Let's move this kind of like that. Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's just write in here new game, and we have our first button right there, new game. Alrighty, and you can center that. Click OK. Now right click on your sprite here in the sprite or this buttons folder and click duplicate. And now we're going to name this one spr/btn/load game. Edit. Let's scroll in and let's delete the sprites. Or I mean sprites, what am I talking about? This new game here. Let's delete this text. And then we'll write load game. And just put it somewhere, doesn't matter. Now we have a sprite for load game. And then right click on it, and when you duplicate a sprite, everything, all the settings are the same, it just duplicates it, so you don't even have to center it again because it'll already be centered. So let's duplicate the sprite and name this one spr/btn/exit game, and this will edit it and delete the text, and we'll just put exit. So we have 3 buttons: new game, load game, and then exit. So now we need to make the object, give them some events and actions and everything. And first of all, let's make a new room. So just right click and create room. Go to settings, and we'll name this room main. And we'll put the caption my game because we're awesome. And we'll turn this grid off because it's gay. And so we have our main, and drag this room up that we just created all the way up top above room level 1, because whatever room is first in the list, that's the first room that's going to run. So let's make a new group. Right click on your objects folder and click create group, and we'll name this group buttons, and let's make an object inside that group. And we're just going to name this obg/btn, standing for buttons/new game. And let's give that the sprite. And see, now when you go to choose a sprite, it's all in this folder. So it really does help keeping things in groups. So go to buttons and then choose your sprite here for new game. And we are going to go ahead and add an event. And mouse and left released. That way when you click and then when you release, the action is going to happen. So mouse mouse released, left released, I'm sorry. And then let's go to control and add some code. And so this is going to create a new game, So we want it to go to level 1. So we'll just use that code we learned in the last video. Room / go to room / 1. And then just put that in parentheses. So now when we click this button, it's just going to go to room level 1. It's that easy. That's how you make a little button for your game. And let's add that into our main menu. And see, even when you choose an object here now, it's in our folder. So we can just put that somewhere in our game. Now let's right-click on our object that we made, the little button, and we can just click duplicate. And we'll name this one obj_btn_load game. And we'll have to change the sprite. So go to buttons, load game. But we just duplicated it because we don't have to make, I didn't feel like making the event over again. So I just duplicated it, and our event's already there. And we already have a little code box right here. So we can just double click this, delete it, because this is a different object that we since we duplicated it. And we want to load the game. So we'll just go game _load, and then in parentheses, double quotations, we'll put game save. So this will load our game. And click check. And let's duplicate this button right here and make one more. Object btn _exit game. Let's load our sprite for exit game. Left release. Let's go into our code. Delete this. And we'll just put game _exit. Or quit. Oh crap, I forgot our code. Oh, herp derp, it's game _end. I'm sorry. I don't know where my mind went. Okay, so game _end. Don't worry guys, I'm your teacher, I know what I'm doing. So let's add these two buttons into our game. So let's go to our room, and go to our buttons folder, load game, put that right there. Exit game, put that right there. And one more thing we want to do is give our player the ability to save the game, since we deleted that controller object that we made in the last video. So let's go ahead and add that on con_score over here in the objects under object enemy. So con_score, and let's add an event, and key press letters S, and let's go to control, add code, just put game _save, parentheses, double quotations, game save. So now when we click S, it's going to save the game. Another thing I want you to do in con_score is click persistent. What this does, when you check persistent, I don't know if I've explained this, right under depth, this will make the object carry on into the next room. Because otherwise, when you go from level 1 to level 2, the only objects that are going to be in this room are ones that you've already put in the room yourself. When you check persistent on an object, after it's created, it's going to keep going between the rooms. So let's say it's created on level 1. When you go to the next room, it'll still be there on level 2. It's just going to carry on over to the next level until it's destroyed, or whenever you tell it to destroy it. But it's very important that you got to make sure everything that's going on here in this object is the same stuff going on in the next room. Otherwise, you'll get an error. Like if you want it to draw text or a variable for an object that's only in room level 1, and then you go to room level 2, and that object is not in room level 2, you're going to get an error. And you'll know what I mean when it happens to you, of course, because you might be confused by what I just said. But just try to keep it in mind. So, let's go ahead and play our game. Load it up. And there we are. Our game starts, and we have buttons. We can click new game, and then that'll just start us off. We can go ahead and do this, play around, and click S. That's going to save our game. We can close it, play it again, and then we can just click load game, and that's going to load our game to where we last left off. And then, of course, exit game works just as well as all the other buttons. So that's it for this tutorial.